Martech is hard enough to keep up with these days, but you mentioned a ton of different technology there with the semantic layer and data management. And the data landscape is moving probably faster than Martech, from data warehouses to data lakes to data mesh to data fabric. And you mentioned semantic layer there. Real-time dashboards are popping up, and a lot of folks are talking about data observability and the interlap with marketing there. Can you help us bring clarity to where we've been with data management and where we're going with customer data management? Is it fair to say that the trend is moving away from monolithic architectures that are platform based, all in one tools, more towards a composable distributed system with a lot stronger governance, more control, more automation, more self serve capabilities with point solutions? A lot of orgs are implementing a hybrid of the two and from multiple paradigms. What are your thoughts there?
Absolutely. I think that is a very valid assessment of the current trend. I mean, we started all with data warehouses being very central, right? And everyone had to basically get data from there, and you had a central data team that was servicing everyone to do it. And that is shifted into more of a data lake, which meant that it's still centralized but unstructured. So people, to get it, they needed to structure it for their own reasons. You started decentralizing a little bit. And now with data mesh or data fabric or whatever, you kind of start decentralizing even more, right? We talk about self-service, meaning that all of data is just there somewhere, but everyone needs to create their own efforts, make their own efforts to actually make it usable for their own purposes. And the main driving force behind all of that is because um, it became more and more of a bottleneck, right? The centralization was good at the beginning to have the expert there, but now that all of the business functions want to use data
Mhm.
quicker and for more timely decisions, they cannot all just wait for a central data team to do it all for them, right? That makes them become empowered, and they need to do it, be able to do it on their own. And balancing basically the scalability of everyone can using it and being able to use it quickly and for the right things, versus then having guardrails on there to not do anything illegal or to do it in a way that's consistent, right? That is the key here. And it's not only the data world that is like this, right? In the software world, you have microservices that need to be governed in a certain way as well. And even in AI now, right? The same paradigm will come again, where you
Mm.
probably have a central AI innovation team right now in many places. Then all of a sudden, all the business functions have AI experts and want to do their own thing because it's quicker that way. So we kind of have to go through the same evolution again, maybe a little bit faster since we learned from data now how it should work. But this is kind of the direction where it takes. Yeah, and that actually, and in return, means that being a data expert alone without the domain association is not good enough anymore, right? You
Mm.
need to be a data expert and a business expert as well to be able to actually support any business function in the right way. Because chances are you're not going to sit in a central data team anymore in the future. You're going to sit in a domain or a business function, and you need to be able to keep up with them, actually.
Very cool. I feel like the role of the marketing operations person, or the person deploying some of this AI tech with all the changes in data management, it's so important to collaborate with the data governance team.
Right.
That oftentimes we'll sit at different parts of the org, but I love that you're combining the two functions together, because something we chat a lot about on the show around AI agents and orchestration is what is going to be the future layer of AI orchestration. Every single Martech vendor is recalibrating their value proposition right now to say, we have an AI agent, turn
Right.
on our AI agent, use our AI agent. And in a couple of years, we're seeing it already. Every single tool in your stack is going to have an AI agent.
True.
And so the marketing operations person is essentially going to become like an AI referee and decide,
Right.
we're going to be turning it on for this tool, not for that tool. Our iPaaS is going to be our central orchestration layer, or maybe it's going to be something else. How can the data governance team help marketing ops folks figuring out this mess, especially in enterprises, when all the marketers are going to be like, we want to turn on the agent for this tool and for that tool? Who's going to be owning like customer engagement AI agents when the sales tool is going to have it, the customer management tool is going to have it, the marketing automation, talk to us about your advice for this
Yeah, I
future
mean,
mess.
it's interesting because you ask about data governance, and I think the short answer to it would be, of course, that any governance team, right, would ensure that you're minimizing the risks, right? So whatever you
Yeah.
are launching, you have the right guardrails on it. If it's dealing with personal information, make sure it's not leakable or there cannot be any bad things happening to the data, right, that it's dealing with. But it's actually much more a service design problem or like a user experience problem even, right?
Mhm.
Because if you think about a user coming and they has to face 10 different AI agents all of a sudden, which should be maybe one seamless interaction with you as a customer, then you're again back to what I said before with 10 campaigns in 1 week, you are overwhelmed, right? So it should be actually much more driven by, is that the right thing for our business? And is that actually helping our customers to be loyal buyers of our product or services? Then thinking, how can we launch more AI agents, right? If we root it back to what is helping us to be successful in a business and not just what is exciting to do and what is quick to launch, then I think the whole mindset can shift more towards end-to-end thinking, value thinking, design thinking, all these things to actually make it better. And that is not doesn't necessarily mean it's a governance problem, right? It's actually more of a how do we even manage overall our business processes and value chain with AI in the future.